Okay, we're going to do the Unit 1 review worksheet. This will be at least the first half of the problems. Yeah, I'm sure we've all had days like that on a math test. All right, let's start with the fill in the blanks. If your f of x has a plus something at the end of it like that, that means you are going up. If it is minus something, you are going down. If it is plus the number inside the parentheses with the x, that means you are going left. It is the opposite of what you would expect. And if it is minus a number, you are going to the right. Now, when the negative is outside of the f of x like that, you're reflecting across the x-axis. And when it is inside the parentheses with the x, then you are reflecting across the y-axis. Those are the general rules there. Now, as far as shrinking and flattening, if the number in front is bigger than 1, it is stretching. I said shrinking and flattening. It's stretching. Stretched by a factor of c. And if it is between 0 and 1, if it's less than 1, you are flattening. And that actually goes the other way around. With horizontal, when the number is bigger than 1, you are horizontally flattening. But if it is less than 1, you are horizontally stretching. Now, having said all of that, quite honestly, most of the answers you're going to see are more connected to vertical than horizontal. I think we had one example in the homework that had technically horizontal stretching, but most of the time you're going to be dealing with vertical stretching or flattening. Now, here we have to identify the parent and describe the transformations. All right, so I'm going to make something a little more readable. Parent should be f of x equals square root of x. And let's see now, the 4 says we are stretching vertically by a factor of 4. This negative says we are flipping on the y-axis. And that negative 3 says we're going down 3. Here the parent function is f of x equals absolute value of x. 7 means we're going left 7. And that means we are going up 13. Okay, the parent function here is x cubed. And that negative means that we're going to flip on the x-axis. That 1/4 means that we are going to vertically flatten by a factor of 1/4. That 3 inside says that we are going to horizontally, let's see now, it goes backwards when you're on the inside, so they are going to flatten by a factor of 3. And then the guy on the end says we are going down 1. That is curious. It is both vertically flattening and horizontally flattening at the same time. I have a feeling the 3 is going to win. Just me. All right. Here we go the other way. They give the parent function and the description, and we have to write the equation. We are vertically stretching by a factor of 3 and reflecting about the x-axis. That means that it's going to be a negative out front, stretch by 3, and x is not shifting left or right, so we, I guess, technically didn't need the parentheses, and then down 10 is going to do that. This is a square root function. Shifted left 7 and up 2. So we're not going to have anything in front. And because we're going left 7, that means we're going to say plus 7. Remember, we do it backwards. And then up by 2 is going to be outside of the bracket. All right, an absolute function. Vertically compressed, which is the same thing as flattened. And it's reflected about the y-axis. Now, the y-axis, that means the negative is going inside with the x. So we're going to say 1/2 outside, and we're going to say negative x. Oh wait, this is an absolute function, isn't it? Which means I'm doing this, and then shifted 5 units up. So that should do the trick. All right, parent function of square root of x. We are horizontally shrunk by a factor of x, reflected on the y-axis. Let's see, reflected on the y-axis means that it's going inside the square root. And 1/2 means that we're doing that, and then we're doing that. There's no left or right to this one. And then we're shifting up 14 outside. That should cover everybody. All right. The main is basically all of the x values, while range is the y values. Now I'm going to pause here and do the rest of them in a separate video.